Hey writers, okay, this week you're gonna plan and write a literary nonfiction book. First, I just want to review what literary nonfiction is. I know that we talked about this a lot, but it's important to know exactly what is literary nonfiction. So literary nonfiction is where an author tells a story, but then also teaches about something in the story. So I'm gonna just show you some examples of literary nonfiction texts that you might remember from class. This is a story about a front end loader and what he does during a day. This is a story about a bee named Scout, and one day passes in this story. So this author is teaching us about bees, but the main character in this story is Scout. The main character in this story is the front end loader. In Gentle Giant Octopus, I think 5 months actually pass in this book. The main character is this giant octopus. So this follows the octopus for 5 months and teaches us about octopi. The last one, The Emperor's Egg, 2 to 3 months passes in this book, and it's all about a couple laying an egg and taking care of an egg. So it's teaching us about the life cycle of emperor penguins. A few mentor texts your teacher has written. Here's one I've written called Fred Delivers. It's about a delivery truck and what he does in one day. Here is one I wrote when I taught first grade called Darkling Beetles, a Story. And in this book, Sheba, the main character, lays some eggs and has a bunch of beetle babies. So there's a couple months that pass in this story. And then my favorite book that I've written is called Airplanes, Buses in the Sky. And in this story, there's actually an airplane called Plane 513. And we follow this plane for more than a day, maybe 36 to 48 hours, as it goes from one airport to an airport on the other side of the world. So writers, it's really important to know what literary nonfiction is. Okay, writers, a plan book, we've used these anytime we were writing stories in class this year. And a plan book is actually a model of your book. But inside this little model of your book, we've been doing them this size all year, you're just writing down the big ideas and planning the important parts of your story. So today you're gonna be making a plan book and then using it to rehearse your story. But it's important to know that a plan book is a model of your story. So the same number of pages that are in my plan book are gonna be in my real book. I'm gonna number the pages in my plan book, and then those are gonna match up with the pages in my real book. And all of you should be familiar with this. We've done this for personal narrative, realistic fiction, and then we did it again for literary nonfiction before we took a break. How do you make a plan book? You need one piece of paper. It can be blank or lined. You're gonna take the paper and fold it hot dog style, like this. Then you're gonna cut along that line, cut carefully, so that you're gonna have 2 long strips of paper. Then you're gonna put your 2 strips of paper on top of each other like this, and fold. If you have a stapler, do 1 staple, and this is really important. You want to put the staple really close to the edge. Don't staple it like this. Staple it just like this. First, come up with the title. Put that on your cover at the top. Use capital letters for important words. You don't have to capitalize words like in or the. Add your name, you're the author, and then on the cover, tell us how much time passes in your story. On each page of your plan book, start off with transition words. You can see that I used in the morning, later that morning. You can use simple ones like first, next, then, after that, last. Also, add page numbers. I've done this in the upper right-hand corner. Then just use a short phrase to tell us what happens in the story. And I'm just using 3 or 4 words and making it really simple, and I'm saving the detail for when I write my book. Then plan the facts that you're going to teach readers, and I'm just writing a few words to remind myself. Last, plan what are the readers going to see? Where is the story happening? Okay, have a look at my finished plan book. I just did 6 pages. Some of you might choose to do 5, some of you might choose to do 7. When you're done with your plan book, it's time to share it. So you're going to click on the activity, then press upload. Then you need to pick each photo from your plan book. Now I've done it in 3 photos, 2 pages for each photo. And it's going kind of fast now, but you can see how I'm using the add page feature on the right to make 3 pages, and then I'm pressing the camera and then choosing upload. And you're going to watch me do this again for page 3. Then make sure that each image fits across the entire page, and you're going to see that. But you can see that blue upload button, and then you're going to have to look through your camera roll to find each photo you've taken. I recommend you take a photo with your plan book open so it's 2 pages at a time, and you can see that your forgetful teacher forgot the cover. If you don't take a photo of the cover, it's okay. It's really up to you. Some of you really know how to do this. For some of you, this is new. You might need to re-watch this to see the steps that I used to take several photos.